knowledge, and from death to immortality. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, today is a very auspicious day for all of us. Of course, every day is an auspicious day. If we can spend our time in a good way, or in a constructive way, or in a beneficial way, or in some way Kanda's language, manifesting the divinity. If we can manifest our divinity in every walk of life, at every moment as much as possible, then definitely every moment is a precious moment, and every day is an auspicious day. So today Sri Ramakrishna's birthday, as we all know that, it is a 190th birthday of Sri Ramakrishna is today, according to the Hindu almanac. Otherwise, if you say from Gregorian calendar, it is on February 18th. Just morning I was thinking what to speak of Sri Ramakrishna. Except most of you already read Sri Ramakrishna's life and teachings. So you might have already well informed about Sri Ramakrishna's life and the incidents. So in recent times, probably in few months, where our devotees and some well-wishers or friends, quite a few people had come and they had discussed their own problems, personal problems, and they sought counseling and other things. Either they are bachelors, or they are retired people, or they are old, or they are married people. So one interesting thing which I noted is, most of us, we are not able to differentiate between love and attachment. The moment when we say, Abhyasena to kaunteya vairagyena cha guruyate. How to control mind, Swamiji? Simple, age-old technique. We use different language, different catchy words, flowery words we can use, but this is the basic. And even Patanjali also speaks 2500 years before in the Yoga Sutra, Abhyasa and Vairagya. The moment when we say Vairagya, immediately we get a bit alarmed. Oh, Vairagya means, should we renounce our life? Should we renounce our womanhood? Should we join monastery? Should we become monk or a nun? These questions can come with someone of us. And also, when we say that this Abhyasa and Vairagya has been given, Abhyasa means good practice, Vairagya means keeping away ourselves from the wrong thoughts, wrong habits, or wrong emotions, wrong feelings. Some of the devotees, they do understand this. And when I say that, especially with family and interpersonal relationships and all, we have got problems, or there are issues, then I say, you love people, but don't get attached. Immediately say, how is it possible, Swami? You are asking us to love, and at the same time you are saying that not to attach. How is it possible? If there is a love, there will be attachment, and if there is an attachment, there will be love. If I have detached, then there cannot be love. So I cannot run the family, I cannot take care of my parents, or I cannot take care of my fiancé, etc., etc. This is what our wrong understanding, I feel, personally. For example, Sri Ramakrishna descended on this earth to uplift the entire humanity. He didn't want anything to achieve. He was complete person in himself, because he had realized who am I. So he was complete personality. He didn't add anything to achieve. And most of us, because of our actions, karma, phala, prarabdha karma, we say in Sanskrit, we take birth. We don't have a choice till the emancipation. But in his case, that is also not true. And he did not have name, fame, power, position, earthly riches. He doesn't have any desire for anything. But still, he takes this human life and he leads a life. And he undergoes all the changes, whatever the human body, just any human body undergoes. Why? Because he loves us. That's why in the Kandanava Vandana, the song which we sing every day at evening vespers, there Swami Vivekananda addresses Sri Ramakrishna as is the Karuna Pathar, means is the ocean of compassion. There is no limit for his compassion. Is the ocean of mercy, ocean of compassion. So he is loving us, but at the same time is not attached to us. How? Just simple one example. You might have known when Sri Ramakrishna had a throat cancer. Initial days, Mahendralal Sarkar and other doctors were coming and they were examining. Then slowly the devotees started feeling from Calcutta, bringing doctors in those days in the carriage to the Dakshineshwar would have been distance difficult. Why can't we shift Sri Ramakrishna from Dakshineshwar to Calcutta? And that's how they were trying to find a house. Finally, one good house they were found in Kashipur. Sri Ramakrishna stayed last few months there. And if you read in between lines, either the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, which is the teachings and incidents, and the life of Ramakrishna, which is Ramakrishna Leela Prasanga, and few other books, there is nowhere, anywhere mention of Dakshineshwar once Sri Ramakrishna left the Dakshineshwar. Sri Ramakrishna spent most of his time, very precious time in his sadhana, or major part of his life he spent there, but once he left Dakshineshwar and he came to Kashipur, which is probably few 3, 4, 5 kilometers probably, or even lesser than that, but even he didn't remember Dakshineshwar. He was remembering Mother Kali, but he never thought of Dakshineshwar. Why? He was detached. Same thing we can say contrary in the, a similar example in the life of Krishna. Krishna was born in Mathura, we all know that. Then his father Vasudeva took and he left in Gokula. And in Gokula Vrindavan, he born and brought up. Then once he came and he slain or killed Kamsa, afterwards he stayed with their biological parents, Vasudeva and Devaki. And if you see Mathura and Vrindavan, just whoever has visited, you all know, just 3 kilometers distance. And he was going to Hastinapura, and he was going to the northeast, where he brought the Rukmini. So he went to different parts of India, just 3 kilometers, where his childhood, he spent his life, but he never went there. And interestingly, Yashoda, we all remember today Yashoda more than Devaki of her love towards Krishna. And Yashoda also never comes to see Krishna in the Mathura. Then were they not loving each other? They were loving each other, but Krishna never felt I should go to Vrindavan because I was born and brought up. I mean, people should not go, I don't mean that. And the similar way, Yashoda also didn't come to see Krishna physically because she was very clear that in her heart, Krishna is there always residing. So much love Yashoda gave to Krishna, but once he left afterwards, she also didn't turn back, he also didn't turn back. So from these two examples of Sri Ramakrishna and the Sri Krishna, we can understand we can love people at the same time we need not to be attached. So the love and attachment, these are two different things actually. We mix each other and we confuse ourselves and we suffer and we struggle. So just a psychological book says regarding the love. Love comes from self, and because of the love, your consciousness or mind gets expanded and it brings inner peace, and it is based on giving, not the demanding, and it frees the person and is rooted in understanding. Now contrary, if you see the attachment, it is always self-centered, it narrows the vision, subjective element is too much, and it creates anxiety, and it is more demanding in nature, and clinging to other person or a situation, or more than that, clinging to one's own ego in the garb of love. So how like a pair of opposites between love and attachment. So we, as Buddha says, as Sri Ramakrishna says, as Jesus Christ says, we should develop love, we should develop compassion, but we should not be attached. Now, very good, very serious, or very interesting point probably. Now, how to cultivate this? Sri Ramakrishna himself gives a beautiful teachings in a very simple way. He comes from a rural background. So whatever the day-to-day examples he takes and he discusses or he explains the profound philosophy of Advaita Vedanta, any other philosophy for that matter. Now, holding on, the mind needs some support. Mind is like a creeper. Just like a creeper, it needs some support. So similarly, our mind also needs some support to its sustenance, to its existence. Now, if you give the matter, it will absorb and it will be at physical level. Now, if you give some opposite sex as a main product, a main thing, then it will be obsessed with the love or infatuation or whatever. Then you give the ideas. Then it is always thinking about the ideas, thinking about research or innovations or discovery or whatnot. Then you give the God or the self or the consciousness as the center, then that's what we call spiritual personality. That's why Sri Ramakrishna says, hold on to the pillar and you can do whatever. Probably some of you who comes from India, we all know that when we were small, we used to hold on to pillar and we used to rotate around the pillar fast and we used to try to touch each other. So still we are holding on the pillar intact, then there is no chance of falling. So similar example Sri Ramakrishna gives, and he says, hold on, in one hand, hold on to the God. In the other hand, you keep on work in the world, whatever work you want. So, how to develop love? Sri Ramakrishna is giving a very practical teaching for us. In one hand, you hold on to the God. You can call God, you can call consciousness, you can call Supreme Self, you can call by any other name, you can call by spirit or whatever. Hold in one hand, you hold on, and in the other hand, you can keep on working in all your day-to-day life. Then will not be distraction, because we have to be mindful and we have to be concentrated. If you take a one task, we all say that, then how is it? Is it not counted? No. I will give a simple example probably. I had a toothache few days before. So for example, some of you had a toothache. And when there's a toothache, I always say lightly, oh, you have got a transcendental meditation. Transcendental meditation. So because of the toothache, if the toothache, you might have gone to your workplace and your corner of your mind, it will be thinking about the pain always. You had a toothache and you took some tablets, or you went to the GP and you were shown and they have given some tablets you have taken. But unfortunately, you had to go to office, you are gone and you are working. But still, you are in corner of your mind, it is thinking about the, knowingly or unknowingly about the toothache. Now suddenly you received an email from your boss or from your higher authorities. You have been promoted. You have been promoted. Your what do you say, daily wages or a PA, some things has been very good news you heard basically. Just for example, for discussion sake, we'll say you have been promoted. So that news you hear. It is not the toothache has not gone. Toothache is there, but your thrust upon the toothache has been reduced. Your mind, till now you were sober, you were very negative, or you were feeling very bad, hard, etc., and all. But the moment when you receive this good news, your mind oscillates there, your mind shifts to this good news, and probably you'll forget at the given point of time about the toothache, and you'll be very happy, your face gets, like a flower, it blooms beautifully, and everything happens. Now you see, externally there is no change with respect to your toothache, but your reaction, your suffering has been reduced by, now you are not leaning upon the toothache, you are leaning upon your promotion. So similarly, if you can lean upon the God, then what happens? The notion of the reality, so-called reality about the world, it reduces and there will be no reaction towards all these things. Or the reaction reduces and we'll be able to live the happy life, peaceful life without any changes in the circumstances. Because we always think, oh, if he behaves in that way, I will be happy. If she behaves in such a way, I will be happy. If something happens like this, I will be happy. That's what we always think, but many of the time it never happens. And it is like a mirage we understand sometimes. But now, holding on to the God, and if you are working in the family, if you are working in the office, if you are working anywhere, it is, you can do your best work, and at the same time, the suffering reduces without any change in the world of the situations. Any examples, Swamiji? Yes, Janaka, often quoted in our Upanishads. Janaka was a king. We all take care of one family. We'll take care of one part of the department or probably one office at the most. Now Janaka, he was a king. Imagine how many duties he had. He had all the duties, but he was a Brahmagnani. He was the knower of the self, and by being the knower of the self, he could discharge his duties in the better way. That's why the Vedanta is very immensely practical, Swami Vivekananda says. So Vedanta didn't come from the monks initially, it came from the kings initially. Swami Vivekananda in one of his lectures says. That means Vedanta is not only for retired people or for jobless people or for a monks or a mendicants or no. So Vedanta is meant for the utmost, busiest people. Why? He can be the best person. That's why Swami Vivekananda says, teach the divinity of the soul. When the soul rises, the fisherman can become the better fisherman, the king can become the better king, and the doctor can become the doctor, and so on. So in our respective fields, we can become better by knowing the divinity, or by holding on to the divinity, by holding on to the self. And the one more important point, this is what like sort of abhyas I can say, holding on to it. And living is also very important. It has to go hand in hand. So for that also Sri Ramakrishna gives a very, again, simple and very profound example. Most of you know that. So how to live in this world? So one important thing he is telling that hold on to the God and live in the world. And apart from that, he gave one more important thing for all of us. Live in the world, how? To live as a housemaid. For example, in the aristocratic families or in the great business peoples and all, generally they will have workers' quarters, and the family people, even in the kings and the queens, if you see in the West and all, we know that some people, they will be staying there dawn to dusk, and they will be taking care of the household works. And they will be mixed with the so much in the family, even they will take care of the children, they will take care of the cooking, cleaning, everything, and they will be saying that, oh my dear John. I mean, Sri Ramakrishna is my dear Rama, my dear Krishna. Now just I am changing the words, my dear John or whatever. But in her heart of heart, the maid will be knowing that I am working here, my house is somewhere in the countryside, in the thatched hut. She is saying that my person, my John, my love and all, and she is also looking after. Something happens in the probably business family or in the owner family, she might also put some drops. She might also cry at given point of time. But in her heart of heart, she knows that I don't belong to them and they don't belong to me because we are working here. That's all. Now, Sri Ramakrishna tells that if you can live life, even in this world, whatever profession you might have taken, whatever position you might have got, if you can work lives, one is holding on to the God and the other is living a witness mode or like a housemaid servant, if you can do, then wherever you live, you can be happy. And Sri Ramakrishna gives a very important, very profound statement also. If you live in the world, you don't suffer, but if the worldliness is in your mind, then only you suffer. He gives a beautiful example for that. The boat has to be in the water, otherwise no use. If the boat is in the water, then there is no problem, but if the water enters the boat, then problem. So if you are living in the world, no problem. But the worldliness should not live in my mind. That's what Sri Ramakrishna gives again profound and a simple, very practical example, practical teaching for all of us. So one is holding on to the God, holding on to the higher values, holding on to the self or a consciousness, that's the one side, and the other is trying to be witness or trying to live as a maid servant. Just like the maid servant mode, if you can live in the world, any one of us can live happily. Again, terms and conditions apply. These two things has to be practiced, and you need not to expect any change much in the world, but still you can live happily. And that's what we can see even in the life of Ramakrishna. Life of Ramakrishna, we know that once he started as a spiritual aspirant, slowly he started forgetting about himself. He was unable to take care of himself, forget about taking care of people. He was unable to take care of himself. Even he used to forget about his food and about his clothing and all other things. And one of his relative, the Hridayaram, he used to take care of him. And Sri Ramakrishna himself acknowledges, if Hridayaram would not have been during my sadhaka time, aspirant time, this body would not have stayed, would not have retained back, because he took care of me so much. That's the one side of the story. The other side, then when people started coming, and when people started showing respect to Sri Ramakrishna, so Hriday felt, because of me, my uncle is there, so all that respect should come to me then. So he became very egoistic. He became narrow-minded, he became egoistic, he became demanding and whatnot. And he started commanding, not only demanding, he started commanding Sri Ramakrishna. So much so that whatever I say you should do, if I say no, you should not do. So much so that Sri Ramakrishna was in a huge problem in those days. But again, Sri Ramakrishna forbade everything. Forbearance was practiced by Sri Ramakrishna. And same thing we can see in the life of Holy Mother. Today we all respect and we all worship her as a divine mother, Adi Shakti, Parashakti and all. She didn't have even properly 2 sets of clothes to wrap her body. Most of the time it was torn and she used to stitch herself and she used to leave. And she was surrounded by what type of people? One is the madcap called Radhi, and one more madcap Surabala, and very like a bedbugs, such a very selfish people like his own brothers. So all specimens we can say, like specimens were surrounded by Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi. Again, she was able to do every day 100,000 japa. And she used to do all types of work. Cooking, cleaning, washing, all types of things. She was the greatest Vedantin. She was the greatest Karmi. One of our attendant, either Yoginma or Golapma, after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, she makes a comment in one of the apostle of Sri Ramakrishna. What you have seen with Sri Ramakrishna, that Sri Ramakrishna often used to go to trance, often used to go to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, all fine. But if none of you know how much Holy Mother Sharda Devi used to do. When compared to Holy Mother Sharda Devi going to the Nirvikalpa Samadhi or the trance, Sri Ramakrishna's going is nothing. She makes a statement. Now, she was just a household woman, and she comes from rural background and uneducated, illiterate, illiterate, but she was able to do 100,000 japa, and she was able to take care of the entire household work, and not only that, and her mind used to go trance time and again. We all know that. Most of us who have read the Holy Mother Sharda Devi, all of you know this. There's nothing new special here. But probably we might have left these points, and connecting the dots, I used to say, this has been left. So she was the greatest Vedanta. And again, one more, our master, Swami Vivekananda. He is born and brought up with a silver spoon, or in the aristocratic family, we all know that. Once his father's passing away, from then to his passing away, till then, so many years if you see, not a single day he had a comfortable life. Not a single day he had a comfortable life. The day his father passed away, at the age of 23, 24, old he was, his father passed away and he was doing his post-graduation. From then onwards, at the age of 39 plus, Swami Vivekananda left his mortal body. If you see so many years, he did so many works. We all remember. He has to face lot of challenges, lot of problems, lot of accusations, character assassination, and he was poisoned even. All these things we know that. Now you see, so-called we all respect them, we all worship them as a prophet, as an incarnation, as a God incarnate, and great saint, all these things, but they have to face more challenges than us. They have to face more problems than us. They have to face more accusations and whatnot than us. But still, they led the contributory life. They led the peaceful life. I can't say that they led the comfortable life, but they led the peaceful life, meaningful life. Why? Because they were holding on to the spirit or the self or the God or the consciousness. So they were in the witness mode. So whole Belur Math was started by Swami Vivekananda. We all know that. He came to West, he taught, and whatever he got money, he went and he pumped there and he purchased the land, everything. Once everything is done, then he made Swami Brahmanji, one of his brother disciples, the president, and he said, now my time is over, my work is done. Whatever my master has been assigned, my job is done. Now I will be retired. Just 3 years. He was just like a baby, like a small child, like he led his life, and he left his mother. Again, detachment. Vairagya, you say, how much detached he is. Once his own biological mother, she comes to Belur, and she was going in the vegetable garden, and she started telling, oh, my Naren has done this, my Naren, the pre-monastic name of Swami Vivekananda is Narendra, my Naren done this, my Naren done that, and all. Then when Swami Vivekananda heard that, what are you saying? I have not done anything, I am just a servant here, it is everything belongs to my master, Sri Ramakrishna. So the trusteeship, we say that, so just I am maintainer, I am taking care of this, so everything belongs to Sri Ramakrishna. It is not mine actually, it is Sri Ramakrishna. So again I am saying, perfect detachment they have. Maybe it is a bit difficult for all of us, never mind, but whatever I wish to say, whatever I would like to say is, as much as possible, we can practice. One is love, the other is detachment. The love towards God, love towards higher values, love towards higher things. And the detachment from the lower things, from the lower values, and from the lower mindset. If these things are both are inversely proportional, but if you can practice both of these things, then spiritually we can get advanced and we can be more and more peaceful, happy at the given circumstances. Again, in the double quote, at the given circumstances. Yeah. May Sri Ramakrishna bless all of us so that we shall practice this love and detachment. And I will end my talk with this one small pranama mantra, Sri Ramakrishna, which is beautiful. Vamanasya sthira prajna, Ramasya satya nishtata, Viryam nitishcha Krishnasya, Tvayaiva purnatam gata, Gaurasya prema bhakti cha, Jnana karma samanvite, Tvayi rupa param prapte, Ramakrishnam namostute, Sarva dharma prapalini, Tat samanvaya karini, Namaste Ramakrishnaya, Satchidananda Rupi. The translation goes like this. Just like the steadfast wisdom of Vamana, one was the incarnation of Lord Vishnu in the Dasavataras, the steadfast wisdom of Vamana, the truthfulness of Rama, the valor and the righteousness of Krishna, all have attained perfection in you, that is, O Sri Ramakrishna. The loving devotion of Gauranga, that is Chaitanya, and the harmony of religion, harmony of knowledge and action have manifested in the highest form in you. Salutations, my salutations to you, O Ramakrishna, the protector of all the religions, and the one who brings harmony among us and who has taught us harmony of religions to this entire mankind in the latest decade. Thank you.
The 1, 2. So, Ekam Dvaitrini.
Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhajani Pashantu Makashtitu Kababhave Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
So these are words as to why we should learn Sanskrit. They came from a guru in India called Sri Shantananda Saraswati, and he gave the school of philosophy reasons why we should study Sanskrit, and recently those words have been put to music, and they're singing that. This is the next song. So there's some music with this. Oh. Why is the music?
Eisha Susaki, Eisha Sunaika, Mahamitram, Mahamitram. Eisha Susaki, Eisha Sunaika, Mahamitram, Mahamitram. Hayasahayatram Guru, Vayasarala Suniraha Cha, La 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 la, La 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 la. She is a good companion, a good guide and a great friend. Journey with her and wisdom is simple and sure. Journey with her and wisdom is simple and sure. Eisha Susaki, she is a good companion. Eisha Sunaika, Mahamitram, Mahamitram. Hayasahayatram Guru, journey with her and wisdom is simple and true. Vayasarala Suniraha Cha, journey with her and wisdom is simple and true. La 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 la, la 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 la. Susaki, Eisha Sunaika, Mahamitram, Mahamitram. La.
Great. Okay, next is 5 verses. Chapter 2 of the Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Ekam Dvaitrini.
Arjuna Dvasha, Sthita Prajnasya Kavasha, Samadhistasya Keshava, Sthita Dehi Kim Prabhasheta, Kim Asita Prajeta.
So this is the final iteration. This is from the original Sri Shankaracharya, the final liberation sixth set, and it's set to music. Right, so the next few pieces are the sounds of Sanskrit. So the first one is the Sanskrit alphabet. They'll sing that, the music. After that, there's the invocation to Panini's work in the form of Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi. And then there is the Maheshwarani Sutrani, which is the alphabet in a particular different order for the sake of grammar. And then we have a list of noun endings and a list of verb endings. And they're all to music. That's it. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. That was wonderful.
Reading of Devanagari, they read Devanagari and Panini and then sing. That's like a 3-level challenge. Well done.
Thank you.
We now have readings by Ramsey.
Good afternoon. I'm reading an extract from The Life of Ramakrishna by Vedanta. The title of the chapter is The Gospel of Childhood. In Kamarpukur, one of the conical villages of Bengal, set in the midst of palm trees, oats, and rice fields, lived an old Orthodox Brahmin couple called Sadhya. They were very poor and very pious, devotees of the cult of the heroic and virtuous Rama. The father, a man as upright as the man of old, had been despoiled of all he possessed, because he had refused to bear false witness to the advantage of the great landowner who was his neighbor. He received a visitation from the gods. Although he was then 60 years of age, he went on a pilgrimage to Gaya. There is an imprint of the foot of the Lord Vishnu. The Lord appeared to him during the night and said, I am about to be reborn for the salvation of the world. About the same time in Kamarpukur, his wife, Chandramani, dreamt that she had been possessed by a god. In the temple opposite her cottage, the divine image of Shiva took into light under eyes. A ray of light penetrated to the depths of her being. Under the storm, Chandramani was overthrown and fainted. When the prey of the god came to herself, she had conceived. Her husband on his return found her transfigured. She heard voices, she carried a god. The child, whom the world was to know as Ramakrishna, was born on February 18, 1836. But the gay name with the tripping cadence of a bell that he bore in childhood was Kaladar. He was a little boy, full of fun and life, mischievous and charming. With a feminine grace, he preserved to the end of his life. Nobody imagined himself least of all, what infinite spaces, what tremendous depths lay hidden in the little body of this laughing child. They were revealed to him when he was 6 years old. One day in June or July 1842, he was sauntering along with a meal as small as birds of a little puff rice carried in a fold of his garments. He was going to the fields. I was following a narrow path between the rice fields. I raised my eyes to the sky as I munched my rice. I saw a great black cloud spreading rapidly until it covered the heaven. Suddenly, at the edge of the cloud, a flight of snow-white cranes passed over my head. The contrast was so beautiful that my spirit wandered far away. I lost consciousness and fell to the ground. The puffed rice was scattered. Somebody picked me up and carried me home in his arms. An excess of joy and emotion overcame me. This was the first time that I felt seized with ecstasy. He was destined thus to pass half his life. Even in this first ecstasy, the real character of the divine impress on the soul of this child can be seen. Artistic emotion, a passionate instinct for the beautiful, was the first channel bringing him into contact with God. There are, as we shall see, many other paths along which revelation may come, either love of a dear one, or thought, or self-mastery, or honest and disinterested labor, or compassion, or meditation. He came to know them all, but the most immediate and natural with him was delight in the beautiful face of God, which he saw in all that he looked upon. He was a born artist. In this, how greatly he differs from that other great soul, the Mahatma of India, whose European evangelist I have already become, Gandhi. The man without art, the man without visions, who does not even desire them, who mistrusts them rather, the man who lives in God through reasoned action, as an inevitable in a born leader of the people. The path of Ramakrishna is a far more dangerous one, but it leads further. From the precipice skirted by it, limitless horizon opens out. It is a way of love. It is the way made peculiarly their own by his Bengal countrymen, a race of artists and lover poets. Its inspired guide had been the ascetic lover of Krishna, Chaitanya, and its most exquisite music, the delicious songs of Charidas and Vidyapati. These seraphic masters, the scented flowers of their soil, had impregnated it with their fragrance, so that Bengal had been intoxicated with it for centuries. The soul of the little Ramakrishna was made of the same substance. It was flesh of their flesh, and he was looked upon as a flowering branch of the tree of Chaitanya. The lover of divine beauty, the artistic genius, as yet unaware of itself, appears again in a later ecstasy. One night during the festival of Shiva, this child of 8 years old, a passionate lover of music and poetry, a skillful modeler of images, and the leader of a small, dramatic troupe of boys of his own age, was taking the part of Shiva in the sacred representation. Suddenly his being was possessed by his hero. Tears of joy coursed down his little cheeks. He lost himself in the glory of God. He was transported like Jeremy by the eagle carrying the thunderbolt. He was thought to be dead. From that time, the ecstasies became more frequent. In Europe, the case would have been foredoomed, and the child would have been placed in a lunatic asylum under daily gaucho psychotherapy. Constantly, day by day, the flame would have been quenched. The magic lantern would have been no more. The candle is dead. Sometimes the child also dies. Even in India, where the centuries have seen a constant possession of such magic lanterns, anxiety was felt, and his father and mother, although accustomed to visitations of God, regarded the child's transports with fear. But apart from these crises, he enjoyed perfect health and was not at all supernormal in spite of his many gifts. His ingenious fingers fashioned gods from clay. The heroic legends blossomed in his mind. He sang divinely the pastoral airs of Sri Ramakrishna, and sometimes his precocious intellect took part in the discussions of learned men, whom he astonished as Jesus had astonished the Jewish doctors. But this boy, with a clear skin, beautiful flowing locks, attractive smile, charming voice, and independent spirit, who played truant from school and who lived as free as air, remained a child to the end of his life, like the little Mozart. Until he was 30, he was adored and petted by the women and girls. They recognized in him something of their own femininity, for he had so far assimilated their nature that one of his childish dreams, cradled as he was in the legend of Krishna and the gopis, was to be reborn as a little widow, a lover of Krishna, who would be visited by him in her home. This was but one of the innumerable incarnations he imagined. Instinctively, this protein soul took on instantly each of the beings whom he saw or imagined. No man is entirely void of this magic plasticity. One of its inferior manifestations is that of a mimic, who copies attitudes and facial expressions. Its highest, if such an expression may be used, is that of the god who plays for himself the comedy of the universe. It is always the sign of art and of love. Thus far foreshadowed the marvelous power manifested later by Ramakrishna, a genius for espousing all the souls in the world. Thank you.
Om Namo Narayanaaya Vishagandha Narayanaaya Namaha Om Namo Narayanaaya Idam Sachandana Pushpam Narayanaaya Namaha Om Namo Narayanaaya Idam Sachan Tulasi Patram Namaste Bhagavata Vishnu Paramatmane Swaha Namo Narayanaaya Namaha Om Namo Narayanaaya Yesha Sachandana Yesha Rupa Sri Narayanaaya Om Narayanaaya Vasudevaya Vimai Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat Om Namo Narayanaaya Yesha Deepah Narayanaaya Namaha Om Saraswati Devam Vishwasam Vishwashambhuvam Vishwan Narayanam Devam Aksaram Paramam Padam
Shri Gurave Namo Namah. Jai Jai Ram Krishna Sharanam, Ram Krishna Sharanam, Sharame.
Next song says Victory, so if you all know, you can join in with us. Victory to Sri Ramakrishna, embodiment of holiness. Victory to Holy Mother, blessed immaculateness. Victory to Sri Ramakrishna, embodiment of holiness. Victory to Holy Mother, blessed immaculateness. Victory to Swamiji, compassionate untold. Victory to Brahmananda, Son of the Lord. Victory to Premananda, love incarnate. Victory to Shivananda, Lord's holy playmate. Victory to Sri Ramakrishna, embodiment of holiness. Victory to Holy Mother, blessed immaculateness. Victory to Yogananda, absorbed in divinity. Victory to Nirmananda, utter simplicity. Victory to Ramakrishna, unending adoration. Victory to Adbhutananda, lost in contemplation. Victory to Sri Ramakrishna, embodiment of holiness. Victory to Holy Mother, blessed immaculateness. Victory to Abhedananda, concentration personified. Victory to Turyananda, renunciation sanctified. Victory to Sharadananda, with equanimity endless. Victory to Akhandananda, who so thinks selfless. Victory to Sri Ramakrishna, embodiment of holiness. Victory to Holy Mother, blessed immaculateness. Victory to Vijnananda, of silent demeanor. Victory to Advaitananda, the spirited elder. Victory to Trigunatitananda, with energy fathomless. Victory to Shubhadananda, of childlike loneliness. Victory to Sri Ramakrishna, embodiment of holiness. Victory to Holy Mother, blessed immaculateness. Victory to the Sangha, the embodiment of the Lord. Victory to the Sangha, the embodiment of the Lord. Victory to all the manifest God. Victory to all that manifest God. Victory to Sri Ramakrishna, embodiment of holiness. Victory to Holy Mother, blessed immaculateness.
Om Ayeshwaram Rameshwar Shivaya Namaha. Om Ayeshwaram Sachandana Pushpam Rameshwar Shivaya Namaha. Om Ayeshwaram Sachandana Bilvapatram Rameshwar Shivaya Namaha. Om Ayeshwaram Rameshwar Shivaya Namaha. Om Ayeshwaram Rameshwar Shivaya Namaha. Shambhave Namaha. Namaste Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trambakaya Tripuram Sakaya Sarvana Nivedam Baneshwar Shiva Nivedayami. People can come front so that whoever comes back they can occupy the seats. Yeah, please come front. And also there is place, someone can come and take the seats here in the front also.
Just move forward to that carpet so there will be space for others.
I am going to sing Gadadhar Stotram. I shared the lyrics in the WhatsApp group, but it is in Sanskrit. Let me share it. Maybe if you can just share it in English. I shared the Sanskrit one. Ghana. So there is one line. Pranamami Gadadhar Brahma Param. Please try to join. Pranamami Gadadhara Brahma Param. Okay? So all of us we will chant this line whenever we will. আমি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে শেয়ার করেছি তার সংস্কৃত আছে তুমি যদি ইংলিশে and at the end we will do few lines of kirtana, that is Parama Dayal Prabhu Parama Dayal Ramakrishna Prabhu Parama Dayal. Then next Parama Kripal Ma Parama Kripal Shrima Sharada Parama Kripal. So that will be the kirtan at the end. So before starting, let us just practice Pranamami Gadadhar, that part. Okay? Pranamami Gadadhar Brahma Param. Pranamami Gadadhar. Do you want it down?
Yes.
Pranamami Gadadhar Brahma Param. Louder. Pranamami Gadadhar Brahma Param. Pranamami Gadadhar Brahma
ओम रामकृष्ण विद्महे गदाधराय धीमहि तन्नो देवः प्रचोदयात्। ओम ऐं क्षीरस्नामिं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय नमः। ओम सहस्रशीर्षः पुरुषः सहस्राक्षस्य सभासभूमिं विशति
Norman, and I'm from School of Philosophy and Economic Science. I am very honoured to have been invited here today by Swamiji Prasananda to join you in your celebration of the birthday of Sri Ramakrishna. It seems very pedestrian to speak about myself in the midst of such holiness. I'm so touched. I was asked to just give a brief introduction about my life so far. I was born in 1951 in County Roscommon, the poorest county in Ireland. We were a family of 9, my parents and 7 children, and my grandfather also lived with us. We lived on a small farm and until I was 9 years old. Then we moved to Dublin for educational purposes. I started my career working in an office and then worked my way up through accounting and then into shipping, buying, more shipping, trading, the London Exchange, the New York Exchange, etc. And so I had a glowing career on Wall Street. Then I met a lady who was a gardener at my sister's house, and we became great friends. And she contacted non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she was the mother of 3 little children. And on her deathbed, I promised her I would take care of her 3 children. So that was the end of my career on Wall Street. Very shortly after that, I got married, and I was an instant mother of 3 beautiful little girls. We subsequently had 2 more children. Then circumstances developed, and we moved back to Ireland in 1994. And my children joined the John Scotus School. And that is where I first heard about Vedanta. My son came home one day with a copy of the 10 Principal Upanishads, put into English by Sri Purohit Swami and W.B. Yeats. It started with the invocation to the Isha Upanishad. That is perfect, this is perfect. Perfect comes from perfect. Take perfect from perfect, the remainder is perfect. I was puzzled by the that and the this, and wondered what it meant. And so I wondered, what was that, and who was this? And that was followed then by the Kena Upanishad. The inquirer asked, what has called my mind to the hunt? What has made my life begin? What wags in my tongue? What God has opened eye and ear? Exactly my own questions. I was immediately awakened by these questions and wanted to know more about the Upanishads and the tradition from which they came. John Scotus School had started as an experiment, a few daring souls trying to share their newfound Indian philosophy with their own children before offering it to the general public. There were less than 100 children in the school when I was fortunate enough to discover it. So it was the School of Philosophy which was providing this ancient wisdom to the next generation of John Scotus School children. The School of Philosophy and Economic Science was linked with the School of Economic Science in London. The founder, Leon McLaren, made a decision when he was 16 years of age to start the school, which he did when he was aged 21. And he wanted to share his views on the causes of the economic crash and the subsequent world wars. He did start the school when he was 21 years old. I am am very grateful to my own tutor, Dr. David Horn, who has been my tutor for the last 15 years, and he's now the leader of the school in Ireland. I have participated and immersed myself in school life and in all the school has to offer, from philosophy, meditation, chanting, Sanskrit studies like the Gita, the Upanishads, grammar, Platonic studies, calligraphy, bread making, housekeeping, curtain making, whatever comes along. But what stands out to me of all the years is discrimination. Discrimination between the self and the non-self, between the Atma and the Anatma, the I, Aham, and mine, the Kara, being able to distinguish between the Ahankara. And I quote from His Holiness Sri Shantananda Saraswati, I is Aham, mine is Ahankara. Mine is full of bonds, and the bonds are part of the maze. They create illusion. Atman is so superimposed that it remains unknown, although ever present. All that is known is property, the inanimate. I, the consciousness, begins to be, I am happy, I am in pain, I am intelligent, powerful, beautiful, charitable, old, young, and so on. And I am destined for heaven or hell. Thus, Ahankara is a mixture of complexity, and Aham is purity and simplicity. Discrimination provides the key to dissociate the attachments and facilitate the witness to prevail constantly. This is the experience of Aham. I have just come from a week-long satsanga or mela at Townley Hall, our country residence up near Drogheda. This week was under the guidance of Mr. Donald Lambie, worldwide leader of the School of Philosophy and Economic Science, based in the UK. We have spent the last week reflecting on part of verse 7 of the Mandukya Upanishad. Ekatma prachayam saram prapancho pashamam shantam shivam advaitam. Valid proof consists in the single belief in the self, in which all phenomena cease, and which is unchanging, auspicious, and non-dual. I was delighted that this Vedantic teaching affirms Christ's message. Aham, I am the bread of life. Aham, I am the light of the world. Aham, I am as one with the Father. Aham, I am as a door. I am the Good Shepherd. I am the vine. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Thank you.
Thank you, Edna, for that beautiful sharing of your thoughts and views. We next have with us John Burchell, who will share his own thoughts on Vedantic life, and I ask John to please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pranams to Swami Shantiratnananda and dear brothers and sisters. I'm very happy to be here. Such an auspicious occasion. This is the second time I've been in this room. Swami asked me to say a few words, and initially I was daunted by having to talk about Vedanta in 5 minutes, given the whole vast subject. I'm from Ireland. I went to a United World College in Vancouver,
But I studied at Brown University in America. And as a young boy, I had a connection with a higher power, some kind of a spiritual connection, and I lost that in America chasing money. And I remember when that actually happened. I had a very busy life between Asia, America, and Europe. Fast forward to 1998, I was in hospital. My relationships had all ended. I was a broken person, and I had a comorbidity. And I came into the spiritual world, the spiritual realm, through the 12-step program. And in the 12-step program, we admit we are powerless. And in the second step, we came to believe in a higher power. And this was, for me, as an adult, I had to analyze and get serious if God existed or not. And once I opened up and became willing, Satya Sai Baba came into my orbit consciousness very quickly through a book called Sai Baba for Beginners, written by an Argentine devotee. And just as coming to believe in a higher power was the gateway to the 12th step, reincarnation, I was brought up a Christian. My mother was an ardent Catholic. Once I came through Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, I am that. That was the beginning of the acceptance of reincarnation for me. And when I got into reincarnation, the whole spiritual realm in India opened up. And in 2001, I went to Sai Baba's ashram for the first time for 3 weeks, and got back in 2003, 2004 for 5 months. And essentially, I wanted to know the teaching. What was the teaching? And it was very simple. A handkerchief is made of cotton, and all the strings you feel away, it's all the same. And through meditation and through the Bhagavad Gita, through understanding, coming to believe, through meditation and seeing and feeling, it was named Vedanta. Swami says, we are not the body, we are not the mind, we are Atma. He goes further to say that unless you have a good understanding of the Atmic principle, you're really wasting your time. It's really, you have to know now and have to understand Vedanta and come to believe in Vedanta. But I'm not going to, this is the era of Vedanta Society, and I know that you've been studying Vedanta for a long time. I'll just give, I wrote a book in 2013 and followed up with a second book in 2023. And I'll just read one short quotation from Sai Baba. Develop friendship with God. You may undertake any number of spiritual practices, but love should be the underlying principle. Friendship is one of the 9 paths of devotion propagated by the culture of Bharat, India. So develop friendship with God. God is not separate from you. You are God. God is in you and around you. God is all-pervasive, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Conduct yourselves with the firm conviction that God is everywhere. Only then will Bharat, India regain its pristine glory of being the leader of all nations. So, ladies and gentlemen, the time for Maya is over. And Maya Shakti, seeing the difference, we're all one, as you know. And I'll finish by the back page of the book, which is a very simple quotation from Swami, which is, life is a challenge, meet it. Life is a dream, realize it. Life is a game, play it. Life is love, enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, John.
This is the Jnana Mantra of Sri Ramakrishna, that during Sri Ramakrishna Puja we are used to hear it, and we can also don't have the English version with me to share, but if you know it, you can sing with me. हृदय कमलमध्ये राजितं निर्विकल्पम् हृदय कमलमध्ये राजितं निर्विकल्पम् सदसदखिल भेदातीतमेक स्वरूपम् प्रकृति विकृति शून्य नित्यमानन्दमूर्ति प्रकृति विकृति शून्य नित्यमानन्दमूर्ति विमल परमहंस विमल परमहंस रामकृष्ण भजामः रामकृष्ण भजामः निरुपममति सूक्ष्म निष्प्रपञ्चं निरीह निरुपममति सूक्ष्म निष्प्रपञ्चं निरीह गगनसदृशमीशं सर्वभूताधिवासम् त्रिगुणरहितसचित् ब्रह्मरूपं वरेण्यम् त्रिगुणरहितसचित् ब्रह्मरूपं वरेण्यम् विमल परमहंसम् विमल परमहंसम् रामकृष्णं भजामः रामकृष्णं भजामः विदरितुमवतीर्णम् ज्ञानभक्ति प्रशान्ति वितरितुमवतीर्णम् ज्ञानभक्ति प्रशान्ति प्रणयगलितचित्तं जीवदुःखसहिष्णु धृतसहजसमाधिं चिन्मयं कोमलाङ्गम् धृतसहजसमाधिं चिन्मयं कोमलाङ्गम् विमल परमहंसम् विमल परमहंसम् रामकृष्णं भजामः रामकृष्णं भजामः
ओमैष सचंद्र पुष्प विलपत्रांजलि श्रीमद् विवेकानंदाय भौषटम् ओम एते गंध पुष्पे विवेकानंद अंगरे पदाभ्यो नमः ओम एते गंध पुष्पे विवेकानंद अवनदे पदाभ्यो नमः पुष्पांजलि Devotees, most of you know, they will be giving a water. Please don't take it as a tirtham and don't touch for your head or whatever. Just wash your hands and they give a flask. Take the flowers and we will have a mantra now. And two more announcements are there. Some of you know already. March 28th onwards, we have got a 8 weeks online Sanskrit course for adults. 8 weeks, every Friday, night 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. 7:30 to 8:30. Whoever is interested, please register for it. And coming Sunday, we have got a music program. So I also request whoever is free, please try to participate in the music program.
Some flowers, please.
The beings done.
Everybody got flower?
Yes.
Om Aim Yesha Sachandana Pushpanjali Sangaya Savarnaya Sashaktikaya Saparshadaya Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishnaya Vaushata Om Aim Yesha Sachandana Pushpanjali Sangaya Savarnaya Sashaktikaya Saparshadaya Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishnaya Vaushata Om Aim Yesha Sachandana Pushpanjali Sangaya Savarnaya Sashaktikaya Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishnaya Vaushata. Now will be the salutation prayer. Afterwards you take some pause and pray and offer mentally that you are offering at the feet of the Lord, the flask. And if you got any prayers, any wishes, you offer at His feet. Seek His blessings on this auspicious day. Seek His benign protection also. ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्म स्वरूपिणे अवताराय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. So mentally offer your prayers, wishes, and seek his benign protection and his blessings. Nirvan, you can press the behind switch, right side first one. Yeah. Just press and leave it. Aarti song is also shared in the WhatsApp group, Kandana Bhav and Om Sarvamangala. You can follow.
Everybody given flowers, no?
પછી ઢૂકી ગાંધી ગયા. Sarvamangala Sammangalya.
जन्मदिनमिदं है प्रिय सखे जन्मदिनमिदं है प्रिय सखे शं तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं सन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं प्रार्थयामहे भवशतायुषी प्रार्थयामहे भवशतायुषी ईश्वर सदा तां च रक्षतु ईश्वर सदा तां च रक्षतु पुण्यकर्मणा प्रीतिमर्जया पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्ति दिनमिदम् प्रिय सखे शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मदम् Lama Thakur. Happy birthday to Thakur. Oh, English also. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Thakur. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless us. May the good Lord bless us. May the good Lord bless us all. Happy birthday.